Faith, can you help with the microphone here for media?
Happy victory, Press. Congratulations. Obviously, you are familiar with Boston. You're familiar with several players on that team. Is this sort of a dream scenario for you?
Yeah, for sure. I watched them really closely this year. So many great players like Hillary Knight, Leo Mueller. The list goes on, so it's really exciting.
Just Marshall, Hannah, can you put into words just what a whirlwind the last about 14 months have been? Switching schools, a national championship, now this.
Yeah, it was incredible. I came to Ohio State to win a national championship, and we got the job done. So couldn't have written the script better. And then, and then this to just top it off.
What are you looking forward to most, being back in Boston and playing there?
Yeah, I love the city. It's my favorite city probably ever. And, I think the fans were electric. That final game, they sold out that rink. So just really excited to go to such a skilled team, and then also just a passionate fan base.
Year one of the PWHL, we've seen a little more physical brand of hockey that maybe we've seen on the collegiate level. Have you thought about that part of the game and maybe mixing it up a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I love watching it. I played boys growing up, so physicality isn't something that I'm not known to. I think just trying to adapt to the league as fast as possible.
Obviously, you wanted the national championship, but otherwise, being at Ohio State, what did you learn in this last year? How did your game change and grow to sort of make you this player that got drafted here?
Yeah, I think everything about Nadine Musrell made me just a more complete player. Can't speak enough about the coaching staff there, just with how great they are and supportive, and just making me that all-around player. And then my teammates were incredible, and I think the leadership that we had on that team, just bringing a bunch of good players together. And it wasn't enough just to have a stacked roster. You have to join as a team and be a team. So I think that was a huge lesson for me.
Had a question from Simon Hopkins of the Ice Garden. Is there an arena or city you're most looking forward to playing in?
Other than Boston?
Could be Boston, but I think probably after Boston.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're looking forward to about Boston, and then perhaps a road team.
Yeah, I think Boston's electric. That final game, they got so many fans, so I think that's pretty cool to come into. And then I think Ottawa's looks pretty electric. They have so many sold out crowds, so I think I'm really excited to play there.
And can you describe yourself as a player and what you look forward to bringing to the PWHL?
Yeah, I think my speed and creativity. I like to make plays, but also score goals and be responsible on both sides of the puck.
How does it feel to be drafted into the PWHL?
It feels amazing. I still can't believe that it's true. I still remember the day when I put my name to the draft, and I didn't know what was coming, and I definitely didn't expect this.
We'll take questions from Daniela. Please raise your hand. Thank you.
Hi, Nicole Hazy, Victory Press. With your experience in the SDHL, are you excited about sort of the physical play in this league, and how that will maybe give you an advantage, and you've been playing that way for a while?
Yeah, in Sweden we were playing with contact for last 2 years, and I got a lot of practice in that, so I'm definitely gonna use it and try to use it good.
What are you looking forward to with this team? Their style of play, and who are you looking forward to playing alongside?
I personally I don't dare to guess. So, all of those players who are in the league and in Boston are amazing, and it's gonna be an honor to play with them and against them.
what made you want to put your name in and make the transfer to this league?
Sorry.
What made you want to make the transfer from the SDHL to this league? What made you put your name in?
I mean, it's good. It's different rink. It's smaller rink, so it's gonna be very fast, very physical, loaded with great players, like the greatest on this planet. So yeah, I'm expecting just good things.
Question online from the Ice Garden. Daniela, you have a lot of Czech colleagues and national coach, all in the PWHL. What have you heard about the league from them?
They love it. Of course, I was asking a lot about this league, yeah, because I was interested in coming here for a long time. So they have just good stuff to say about this league and their teams. So they are happy here.
Any more questions for Daniela in the room? Please raise your hand. If there are any more questions for Daniela in the chat or on the Zoom, please type into the chat. The next one from Matt Porter, the Boston Globe. Daniela, Megan Keller is a player you might be skating with. What do you know about her game?
I know she plays physical. She's good scorer. She uses her strength very well. So yeah, a great player. I met her a few times during the World Championships, and yeah, great player for sure.
John Royal, the AP, asks, what's it like to be the first European player selected?
I still can't believe it for sure. It's honor to be even here and experience this in real life. So yeah, having a good time.
Follow up from Matt Porter of the Boston Globe. Do you know David Pasternak or any other of the Czech Bruins?
Obviously I know who they are. I just Jakub Lauko, he has we are connected through friends because he's from the same area as me. So I don't know them personally.
Taking the podium now is the newest member of PWHL Boston, Sydney Bard. Sydney, congratulations on being drafted. Just tell us how it feels.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to put into words, honestly. It's just so special to be here with my family and have so much support back home, people watching on YouTube. And yeah, I just can't wait to get started.
Any questions for Sydney?
Can you just, I'm sorry, Nicole Huzzy, Victory Press, can you just kind of go through, when you heard your name called, what were sort of your initial thoughts and feelings going into this?
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't have a lot of thoughts. I was just, kind of blocked out a little bit when I heard my name. But yeah, just again, so happy to be here, share the day with my family. And I think Boston has a lot to offer. The fan base has been so inspiring to see as a player coming into the league. And I'm just grateful to be a part of trying to grow that and grow women's hockey and grow the game in general.
What are you looking forward to about playing with Boston? Whether coaching, teammates, what are you looking forward to being on that group?
Yeah, we had a lot of great conversation going into draft day, and I just think the leadership on the team from Knight and all the other players and the coaching staff, there's so much to learn and grow as a player and, develop and just trying to, reach my ceiling and, try to do what I can to help Boston be most successful.
Can you just elaborate? What do you think you can bring? What about your game do you think matches?
Yeah, I think my speed, just making simple plays in the D zone, being defensive minded, but also knowing when to jump in the rush and help out offensively, and just being a steady defenseman on the back end for Boston.
Are you looking forward to the more physical play that comes with playing in this league?
Yeah, definitely. I think that plays into my game. I'm not the biggest of players, but I think I can use, my speed and positioning to kind of get on the right side of pucks and, win some puck battles. And I think that could be really helpful for Boston moving forward.
Sydney, a question from Matt Porter of the Boston Globe. You mentioned the support from your family, including your girlfriend. What do you think of the way the PWHL and LGBTQ+ community have supported each other so far?
Yeah, again, super inspiring to see. I'm actually part of You Can Play. I'm a pro ambassador for that organization, and just getting started with that and being in Boston. And I've actually been to a couple games and seen, the sport from the LGBTQ plus community is something I'm so excited to get into, and, just share that anyone can play the sport and love it. It doesn't matter who you are, and just kind of share that with the fans and the people around us.
Questions from Chris Duncan of CBC Sports. We just saw 3 Colgate draft picks in a row, almost one on every PWHL team now tonight. What has it been like to watch teammates get drafted tonight and experience this with them?
I think it just speaks a lot to our program, and Colgate coming from their long history of becoming D3 then D1, and in the work that the team before us have put in, and the girls and the players, and just having that leadership from Greg Fargo, and he has the opportunity now to be a head coach at the pro level, and I think that just shows how much has been put into our program and the players and the caliber of our play. And, it's just so amazing to be a part of this experience with other teammates and, go on this next journey with them.
Just allow a moment if there are any further questions online for Sydney. Oh, Nicole, absolutely.
How does the We Play Free and the way that you guys approach hockey in Colgate, how does that play into who the player that you become and how you will be able to play going forward?
Yeah, I think it helped a lot of my confidence level kind of rise to the game and the speed. We Play Free was a huge mantra that we had throughout my whole career, and I was lucky enough to be there 5 years, and something that I came to the rink every day just knowing I can be myself and make mistakes and learn from that and grow with the people around me. So I think just bringing that into Boston and playing to my strengths and doing that to the best of my ability, but also there's so much more to learn from the leadership and just develop my skills.
Great, Sydney. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
All good.
Member of PWHL Boston, Hadley Hartmetz. Hadley, congratulations on being selected. Please tell us how it feels.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's a pretty surreal feeling. I'm honored to have been selected by Boston, so I'm looking forward to it.
Can you describe your game for us? What kind of player you are?
I would say I'm a two-way defenseman. I like to join the offense, use my skating ability, which is probably one of my best aspects of my game. Like to get shots through, but also be tough to play against and play solid D.
How did it feel? How's it felt celebrating this experience with so many of your Ohio State teammates?
I mean, it's a dream come true. We've all gone through it together. So it's awesome to have the support from one another and continue to just grow and develop and continue our friendships.
Nicole Hazy, Victory Press. Are you excited to head back to Boston? You're familiar with the area. You know that you get to go back and play with some teammates now, some former teammates on that Boston squad. But what does it mean to get to go back to Boston and play in a familiar area?
I'm excited. Very familiar with the area, and Hannah Bilka was actually my roommate my first 2 years of Boston College, so I'm excited to be back with her as well.
What did you learn in your time at Ohio State that will help you sort of between those two different coaches, two different styles that sort of helped develop you into the player that you are now?
I would say Muzzy's tough on us, so I think that helped a lot. Just continue to push myself and gain confidence in myself, but also playing in the WCHA, like it's a pretty aggressive and tough league to play in. So I think it will help translate over into the PWHL.
Danielle, put the 2024 PWHL draft into words for us from your team's perspective.
Yeah, going into this draft, I think we needed a dynamic forward who played with pace and has a high hockey IQ, and I think we found that with Hannah Bilka. And then we definitely wanted to add to our back end, and we're looking for a player who plays aggressively, who has a willingness to impact, who skates very well and can transition. And with Daniela Pejsova that was exciting to be able to trade up to pick her. Didn't think going into this weekend that this week that was going to be an option for us, and happy that we were able to work with New York to trade up for that pick.
Hi, Zoe Hayden, Victory Press. So you did very much intentionally, it seems, trade up to get Daniela, maybe get her away from Carla. As a result of that, you really kind of sacrificed some of the middle of the draft and you really weren't picking until later. Did you have players identified that you thought would be available later?
That was intentional because we feel so good about the depth that we have in Boston, the players that we have, and a lot of that, credit to how we did in the last year's draft, and feeling like these are players who we want to continue to work with and want to build with, and just needed a couple pieces to round out our group, and so that was the purpose for that.
Can you speak a little bit more about Hannah? Like, she definitely does seem like a player that fits perfectly into the style you've cultivated on this team. Just what excites you about her the most?
The pace at which she plays. She's an incredibly dynamic skater. She drives D back, and she can do it with incredible vision and incredible playmaking ability. And I think that's a piece that we're missing is, someone who's going to be hard F1 on the forecheck, who can win pucks back and can hang on to plays through the neutral zone on entry and allow plays to develop. We've got so many talented goal scorers on our team, and now we have the player to get them the puck.
Can you talk a little bit about in terms of Ilona Markova, and I feel like there were maybe some questions as to like if she would be able to make the visa and things like that, and so a bit of a surprise pick, I think, for some people, and just curious about making that choice.
Yeah, with that the trade with picks with New York, we knew that we were going to have a few at the back end and at the back end of the draft, and figured that would be an ideal place to go for a player that we might have a little bit of an issue getting the visa situation going and getting her over here. But I know that the league's already working on it, and we're going to do our best to make sure that she can play next season, because she's an incredibly talented hockey player as well, and a goal scorer, and somebody who I think is a sleeper pick.
Danielle, did the opportunity to trade up to number 7, was that something that started happening before the draft, or was that a draft floor kind of let's just do this now kind of situation?
It was premeditated and created. The idea was created earlier today, but there was a contingency upon whether a certain player was there at 7, and I think for Pascal, if there was a player that he wanted at 7 that he wasn't willing to give up, so he kind of gave me the nod. We went and talked it over, made sure we were on the same page, and then we were able to do it pretty quickly.
And what can you maybe tell us about Shay Maloney? Is there some Quinnipiac ties there for you?
Yeah, we didn't overlap. She came in, I think, after I left working at Quinnipiac and took the job with the Bruins, but she's somebody who I remember how excited that staff was to get her as a 5th-year player. And she is a power forward style. She's a detailed player. I think that, credit to Cass Turner, the Bobcats in this league are overperforming. I think they've been incredible in every market that they're in and making an impact. And I think it's because of the detailed game that they play. And so I think that the fact that she had a year there is gonna be helpful, but and maybe why that she has the habits and the details that she has. But she's going to be F1 on our forecheck. She's going to battle. She's going to be responsible with the puck.
I just wanted to ask about what you were targeting in the D, what you were looking for in defenders, and then what Bard and Hartmetz sort of showed you that fulfills that need.
I think we scored the fewest amount of goals heading into the playoffs, and we felt like while we were missing some pieces up front, a big piece of that was actually just breaking the puck out consistently, being able to transition quickly, having D that move the puck well. And I think with Bard and Hartmetz, they do that really well. They activate offensively, they'll join the rush, and they'll move the puck quickly and make good decisions with it.
Danielle, question online. Did you discuss the logistics of drafting a Russian player with the league or player union ahead of time? And have you spoken with Ilona?
We spoke with the league, and they assured us that they didn't have any issues with us drafting a Russian player. They would work through that with immigration, and that process is starting right now as we speak. And I'd spoken with Ilona's agent and messaged with her back and forth a few times, but excited to get on a call when the timing works with that time change.
I'm so sorry if you had kind of touched on this part with Hadley in your previous answer, but I know she would have got hurt in the final game of the NCAA championship. Was she somebody, because you had those extra picks in the 7th round, when you look at just like the long term or the ceiling of someone like Hadley when she's healthy and available to you, like the kind of value you could get in getting her so late in the draft?
Yeah, I was surprised she was there that late. I think, Nadine Meserol talks about her as being one of the top 2D at Ohio State. And I think she, when she gets healthy, like she's going to have an impact and be able to impact in this league. And so we're excited about being able to get her. I think we stole her.